Hi, everybody. My name is Clint Carter, and I live in Twin Falls. And Andrea Scott, Sister Scott, asked me to, I can't call her Sister Scott because I know her by Andrea. So, anyway, Andrea asked me to put together a presentation to talk about cybersecurity, cell phones, antivirus products, programs, and to bring it over and to do a presentation for everybody. And I had started working on it, and just this week, a close family member of mine passed away, and her funeral is on the same day that this presentation was going to happen. So I texted Andrea and said, "I'm sorry, I won't be able to make it," and um, I just felt bad that I couldn't do it because I really like doing that, talking about that stuff. Anyway, she texts me back and she says, "Well, what if you just put together a presentation and then Andrea would go through the presentation and talk about it and tell people?" So I thought, "Oh, that would work. I'll just put a PowerPoint together and then she could just walk through it." Well, and then I thought, I do videos and I post things on YouTube. I could probably post a video of what I'm going to do, the whole presentation. I could probably do the whole video, and then all she'd have to do is show the video. So if you are watching the video and you can see me talking, and if you can hear me talking, then everything is working, and we're going to go for it. I guess the church does this in a lot of ways. They do videos to teach things. So, hey, why not some of the local people doing it? So here I am, the local guy, talking about cybersecurity. I live just down the road from everybody. Anyway, the other thing that I thought I would bring up is my hair is a little bit long, and I do have a scruffy beard, so I do kind of look a little scruffy, but there is a reason. So, Twin Falls, the Twin Falls steak, there's a number of steaks here, but the Twin Falls steak has been around for now 100 years. And so the steak presidency decided, hey, we should do something to celebrate this 100 years of the Twin Falls steak. So they decided to put on a pageant. And the pageant is called Savior of the World. I don't know if it's just a play or if it's actually a pageant. Anyway, Savior of the World play pageant. So they sent out an email to everybody, hey, we need help with this. Anybody that would like to help, please come and try out. So I tried out. I didn't think I was going to be very good, and maybe they could just use me for props or, maybe just sing in the background in the choir. Well, they chose me for one of the parts. So I am John in the play, Peter, James, and John. And so they asked me to grow out my beard and my hair so that I look like baby John of Peter, James, and John. So if any of you would like to come to Twin Falls, it'll be June 23rd, 4th, 5th, around the 23rd. I don't know exactly when. It'll be in the Roper Auditorium, and we will put on a production of Savior of the World. So it's going to be free, I think. You can get tickets. I'm not sure exactly how that works, but anyway, so that's why I look a little bit scruffy and all that stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start my presentation and go through it all with you. I'm going to change my scene here a little bit. Hopefully it continues to work, and then we'll go into the PowerPoint presentation. So let me go to the beginning here and start. So Andrea asked me to put this all together. Usually I like, my favorite part of doing these presentations is the end when people get to ask questions, because there's usually some really good questions. So what we can do is at the end, you can ask Andrea a whole bunch of questions and see if she knows the answers to them. And I'm sure she's over there nodding her head right now. Is everybody looking at her? She's probably nodding her head like, no, I'm not going to answer any questions. So maybe just go eat some cookies and have a good, enjoyable rest of your Saturday. So here we go. Cybersecurity, watch out for what to watch out for, and what to do. there's one thing that I ask you. I know there's several of you that are writing things down and want to take notes, and that's great. So one thing I would ask that you would do for me is to subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you guys don't know what YouTube is, that's okay. You don't have to go. But if you do know what YouTube is, please go to my channel and subscribe. You can either go to youtube.com/user/Little Enoch, which is super long and maybe hard to remember or even write down. The other way to do it would be to search for Dumb Old Dad, or you can search for Clint Carter and my webpage will come up. I'm going to just jump out of here just for fun, and we're going to pull up my YouTube channel just so that when you get there, you'll know what it looks like. www.youtube.com/little. So there it is, Dumb Old Dad. Hey, and there you go. Thanks for stopping by my channel. You'll see that. So anyway, if you can do that for me, I would appreciate it. I have 377 subscribers. So if one or two of you will go and subscribe, I'll have 338 or maybe 339. I'm going for 1,000, but who knows if that's really going to happen. Anyway, back to the presentation. Thank you if you have time to go and subscribe. All right, so the first thing I thought I would talk about is inheritance fraud. This is an email that's going around, and it's telling people that they have inherited a whole bunch of money. So I'm going to tell you about it so that you are not also scammed by it. You will receive an email with the following information. You are the closest relative or next of kin, or your name is in a will. A person of a foreign country has died and left you a large inheritance. How lucky are you? The value of the inheritance is usually over $10 million. The email will give directions for you to call or email an attorney acting in the deceased's behalf. They usually list you that you will receive a certain percentage of the total inheritance. If you respond, they will ask you to send money to an attorney to process the paperwork. If the first few payments are usually small and will be larger as they assure you the paperwork is being done. Some people have sent thousands of dollars to a fictitious address in hopes that they will inherit millions of dollars. Here's an example. If any of you are doing this right now, I'm telling you, it's fraud. So here's an example I just pulled off the internet. This letter is not intended to cause or embarrass blah, 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 blah. I am Muhammad Abaka, the son of the late Nigerian head of state, who died on the 8th of June in 1998. I have secretly deposited the sum of $30 million with a security firm. And where does it say? Right here. I am proposing a 20% share of the fund to you for your kindness in assistance, because they need to take the money and they need to bring it into the United States and go through a bank account. So there's they put here banking secrets so that no one knows about them. And then at the end it says, on no condition must you disclose it to anybody irrespective of your relationship to the person. So this is all behind closed doors. Nobody knows about it. But you could get 20% of $30 million. That's a lot of money. So, of course, people would go, well, if I send maybe a couple $100 to somebody in the event that maybe I would get millions of dollars, totally I would do it. And then the next one's like, well, we need $600. We need $1,000 to finish the paperwork. The inheritance fraud via email, do not respond to the email. Do not forward the email to anybody else. Do not call the phone numbers on the email. It is fraud. Do not mess with it. I'm just going to check real quick and make sure my video is still working. Am I still going? Yeah, looks good. Sorry, this is real life. I'm not going to cut it out of there. You may be laughing. You can all point at Andrea and tell her it's her fault. All right, so the next one is pop-up boxes on your computer. We all get them. Periodically, you will get pop-up boxes on your computer. They happen to everybody, even computer guys like me. Some pop-ups are legitimate and they are real, and some of them are malicious. Do not click OK on pop-ups that don't look right. Only click on the red X, like right there, or the X at the top right. Or the other way to close out a program without clicking is Alt F4 on your keyboard. If you click OK, or if you click anywhere else on a pop-up that is not legitimate, it may install a program or a virus. These are some examples of some of those pop-ups. This one right here looks kind of legitimate. It says Windows on here. It has a Windows type logo. It doesn't quite look right. You can't really close it. There's no button up here. And all there is an update. So on this type of a pop-up, I would use Alt F4, and that will close the program. This one here, it looks like it's inside of a web browser, like maybe Internet Explorer, and it says your computer may have a virus. I would just close this program either with the X at the top right, or I would use Alt F4. Here's another one very similar. It's in a web browser. It says system may have found viruses on your computer. Here is a support number. Do not call that support number. Close the browser. This is not legitimate. And when you have a lot of them like this, if you get something like that on your screen, you need to go to a local computer store and have them remove the viruses from your computer. Okay, so what do? Do not click OK on pop-ups that don't look right. Only click on the red X or at the top right, the X at the top corner. Use Alt F4 on your keyboard to close programs so you don't have to click on them, or else it might install a virus or a program. Close your browser with the red X or the top right, or Alt F4 if you see that it's in your browser. That's what you should do. Another thing that I thought would be interesting is to talk about who is listening. So I'm going to try this out. I'm not sure it's going to work, but we have an Alexa in our house, and let's see if she'll respond. Alexa? Alexa? Okay, Alexa isn't responding. Let me try one more time. Alexa, what's the weather?
Currently, in Twin Falls, it's 30 degrees Fahrenheit with cloudy skies. Tonight, you can expect snow flurries with a low of 23 degrees.
There you go. So how did Alexa know that I was calling her? Alexa is always listening. Google Home.
By default, I only send audio back to Amazon when I hear you say the wake word. For more information, or to view Amazon's
Okay, I got to stop saying Alexa. Alexa, stop. Okay, I've got to say Alexa a little quieter. Okay, so Google Home. Google Home is also listening for you to say, hey, Google. And then did you know that your iPhone is always listening? I happen to have my iPhone with me. Should we try it? Ready? Hey, Siri. How did she know that I was calling her? How did she know that I wanted to talk to my phone? Because she's always listening. Now, I don't know how much of that information they are collecting or saving or recording. They all say, oh, we're not saving it. We only are listening for our name. But just keep that in the back of your mind. Something is always listening. Watch this. I won't even touch any part of it. Hey, Siri. There you go. It turns on. Anyway, the next thing is, who is watching? Now, this is a very cool one, too. Believe it or not, the camera on your smartphone could be on and recording, and you wouldn't even know about it. Your phone could be recording right now, and you don't even know. Now, on an iPhone, it is easy to demonstrate by using the live photo feature. So I'm going to pop out of here, and I'm going to show you this. This is very interesting. So those of you that have iPhones, watch this. So if you open up your iPhone and you go to the, can you see this? The picture app, Right here at the top middle is a little icon that is called Live Photo. And if I click it, you can see it says Live. So Live Photo will take a picture. Let's see if I can double look at that. That's pretty cool. Anyway, it will take a live picture of you, and so it will look like you are alive instead of just a still. So watch this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, and I will hit the button. I will hit the picture button on 2. So I'll do 1, and then on 2, I'm going to hit the picture button, and then I'll count to 3. Okay, you ready? Let me put it on my face. And I'm just going to do 1, 2, 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay, so there we go. So I'm going to go back to that picture that I just took. Let's see if I can get in here. And if you know how to use live photos, what you do is you push and you hold the button down. So you will see I pushed the picture button on 2. And you can see in this picture that it recorded me saying and putting my 1 finger up. Ready? 1, 2, 3. You see that? Let me try it from the other side. 1, 2. So 2 is when I hit the button and it recorded the 1. It was recording before I hit the button. Is that scary or what? So you need to be careful about who is watching. So one of the funny stories I thought I would tell is that my daughters were taking their phones and they were putting them in plastic Ziploc bags, and then they would take them into the shower with them and watch videos and play music on their phones. And then I showed them that you don't know when the phone is actually recording video. So as soon as I told them that, they stopped using their phones in the shower. And they shouldn't be using their phones in the shower anyway. So it served 2 purposes. Anyway, let's go back to the presentation here. So who is watching? Hackers can take control of your phone's camera and turn it on without you knowing it. How do you know if your camera's on? There is no way of knowing whether that camera is on. So I showed them that this would happen, and they also. Anyway, just remember that. Be careful about what your phone can and can't see. Phishing emails and viruses. So phishing, you see how it's kind of spelled weird here? P-H-I. It really is phishing, like casting out a thing and reeling something in. It's the same thing, it's just in the computer world. Phishing is a new word that means hackers sending out emails, phishing for someone to respond. Phishing emails have the following characteristics. Number 1, it may tell you you will win something if you click a link. Or your account is overdue and you need to respond. That's scary, right? Or the IRS is contacting you and you need to respond to the IRS. Or your bank needs you to verify your account. You must do that, right? Or your credit card account needs to be verified. Those are all legit, right? No, those are phishing emails. They are trying to get information from you and trying to get you to click something. What do? Don't open an email that you don't know who it's from. Don't click on links that you don't know where they go. Don't open attachments unless you know who they're from. You could get PDF files, text files, pictures, videos, Excel spreadsheets. If you don't know the person sending it to you, do not open those attachments. Your bank will never have you verify your account via email. Never. The IRS will never contact you via email. Your credit card company will never contact you via email to verify an account. It is just fraud and it's phishing. Do not click on links from suspicious email accounts. So if you don't know the person that emailed you, do not click on links. Do not open it up to see what it is. Oh, I don't know this person. Maybe I need to look at it. Boom, you click on it, you get a virus. And the last one, do not email your social security number. Do not email your social security number. Don't email your credit card information. Do not email your birthday. Do not email your bank information. Emails can be hacked. They can be sniffed out of the internet, and now they have data that they can use. So I'm going to tell a quick funny story about this. One time I was updating my insurance information for my cars. Let me just check and make sure that my video is still running. I don't want to go through this whole thing and not have it work. Looks like it's going, so that's great. Go back to the video, back to the thing. Great. So my daughter, I needed the, your driver's license number. The insurance company needed the driver's license number. So I texted my daughter and I said, hey, I'm updating our insurance information. I need your driver's license number. And she emailed me back and she said, are you sure? Who is this? Of course, it came from my phone, my text phone account. She could tell it was me. And I said, oh, this is Dad. Don't send it over text. And then her next text back was, what is the family password? And when she said that, I got a huge grin on my face because our family has created a family password. It is a password that nobody else knows, only our family. And if we have an emergency and somebody needs to get a hold of us, we use the family password to verify that that is true. Okay. So sorry about that, but I felt a really good spirit right there. That is a true principle. And that it is hard to verify who's real and who's not real. And so that's way of verifying that your family is real. That's an important thing. So remember that. You should create a family password. Sorry about that. Okay, so anyway, she asked me for the family password and I gave it to her and we went on. But it was the coolest thing that she remembered. This is critical information. I shouldn't be giving this out to everybody. Let me verify that you are really who you are. That's not easy to do anymore. Even real people, you don't know who they are. That's why we're having this. You need to verify that the people you're talking to are really who they say they are. It's the truth. Okay, so that's my story. I loved using the family password. It was awesome. So you can make your own family password. It can be a nickname. It can be a dog name. It could be a cat name. It could be something silly. It could be specific letters and numbers. Whatever you need to do, create your own family password so you can all verify with each other that you are real and you are who you say you are. Sorry, I've got other things happening in my head. Maybe I'll just say this. The temple does that same thing. They verify who you are. Okay. Let's go on to viruses and malware. I didn't think I was going to bring church into this, but hey, look at that. The church came through. That's great. Viruses and malware. Is everybody laughing? Is it just me laughing at myself? Hopefully everybody in the audience is laughing. Everybody look at Andrea and see if she's laughing. Okay. So viruses and malware are very common. They happen on everybody's computer. I get them. Everybody gets them. So how? How do you get rid of these? What do you do? So my recommendation is that you purchase antivirus software. So the three that I would recommend, and there's some really good ones out there, but I would use Kaspersky, Norton, or Symantec. Those are the three that I like and I use. But there are fake antivirus programs out there. They're fake. They're not real. You install them and all they do is wreak havoc on your computer. So I would recommend you buy an antivirus program from a store, a local store. You walk into the store, you buy the box, that is your antivirus program. Don't buy it online because the ones online can be fraudulent and fake. Go to a local store. Best Buy, Walmart, Target. Don't go to the online Best Buy. Go to the real Best Buy. Don't go to the online Walmart. Go to the real Walmart. Buy it there, and you won't be misled. Antivirus scams. Antivirus companies will never call you to help you fix a problem. Scammers call random people and tell them that they found a virus on your computer. Scammers convince victims to purchase their software to fix the problem. Scammers gain access to your computer and steal information from you, or install a program so that they can access your computer at any time. So, do not, if you get a phone call or if you have a pop-up that says, this is an antivirus company, we found a virus, please call us, it's a scam. Don't do it. They are not going to call you. Phone scammers. Phone scammers will call you and tell you they are from Microsoft. They tell you they have found a problem and need to run an update. They gain access to your computer and install malicious software or steal information. So my sister, I've had this happen 3 times to people. My sister is like 10 years younger than me. She should know better than this, but she had a pop-up that came up on her screen that said, we found a virus. You need to give us a call and we will fix it. She called them. They said, yep, we found a virus. Can we get on your computer and we will fix it? She gave them access to the computer and they said, okay, we got everything cleaned up. Why don't you go ahead and renew your antivirus membership with us? I think it was maybe $100 or $200. She gave him the credit card number over the phone, and as soon as she got off the phone, she had this terrible, sick feeling inside, like something is not right. She gave me a call immediately, and I said, that is a scam. You shouldn't have done that. They will never call you. They will never give you a pop-up to give them a call. That is a scam. So I told her, so what do? I told her, you're going to have to, maybe is this here? No. So you're going to have to take your computer. If this has happened to you, if Microsoft has called you and said, oh, there's an update, we need to fix your computer. You need to take your computer, and you've done the whole thing and paid them, you need to take your computer into a local computer store and have them copy off your pictures and all your data, and then wipe your computer clean and reinstall everything from scratch, because they could still access your computer. Where does it say? Access your computer at any time, because they've installed some software on there and you can't trust them. So what to do? Number one, Microsoft will never call you to fix your computer. They are too busy writing software and fixing problems where people are calling them. They are not going to call you to tell you they found something on your computer. Not going to happen. Antivirus companies will never call you to fix a virus. They will never call you and say, hey, we found something, we're just trying to be proactive. No, they're trying to just keep up. Software companies will never call you to install an update. They are scams. You just need to hang up the phone. They are not real. Well, there you have it. That is my presentation today. Remember, the most important part is subscribing to my channel, right? Just kidding. If you can, if you want to, that's great. I would love to have more people watching my channel. But I hope that you've learned something today. I hope it's something, maybe you've had this experience before. Maybe you'll have it in the future and it'll pop up in your mind. You'll go, this is a scam. I'm not going to do it. That's great. That's why we're here. We're telling you about some of these scams. I appreciate you guys coming and participating in this. Hopefully you learned something and gained something from this video that I've created. And again, Andrea will answer all of your questions about antiviruses and cybersecurity. She's probably over there shaking her face or her head no again. So sorry about that, Andrea, but you're going to have to answer all the questions now. I can't be there. Thank you for being here, and enjoy the rest of your day and the cookies and punch or whatever else they're feeding you. Again, I hope this helped you out a lot. So thanks again. We will see you later online. Bye.